Hi, Sean Huckster here. Today we're going to open two more Polly Pocket compacts. Now these are the smaller compacts by the look of things. They're both from two different series, but the interesting thing about this is I don't see any kind of labeling of the name of the set on here, but this is an art lab or an art studio, and this is clearly a snow set with a snowmobile and a beautiful snow setting and a little bunny. Anyway, we'll get to the opening. And this is an art lab, of course, which has a whole bunch of art equipment. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, these appear to be about the size of the last one I opened, which is the Beehive. One thing I forgot to mention in the Beehive is that this part folds down. The middle section here folds down and can sit on top of this lower section. And I believe the same thing is true of this one, which is why I brought this in. This, of course, looks like to be the same series. This is they're about the same size, but a little larger than these, which were the original 2018 set that came out of the very small keychain compacts. This one is the science fair, which has a rocket and a volcano, and is one of my favorites because it has a rocket in it. And I will be doing this in one of the reviews I do soon of all the space Polly Pocket sets. So if we're looking at size comparisons, I'll do that in a moment, but let's start opening. So the first one I want to open is the art studio. I'm an artist, so I felt an affinity for this one, which is why I bought this one. Again, there's no mention of the name of the set on here, but let's just begin opening. So we have a double clamshell here. We pull this out, as we often do. We throw the box aside, and we take out, we don't need this, and we look at the compact itself. So the first thing we do is we take out the compact, which clamshells are sometimes difficult. And with this one comes a pink keychain ring. Again, been crafting, so sorry about the Band-Aid. Sharp blades. There's Polly. And I think we do have Polly here because we have the blonde-haired character with the ponytails. And we have a chair accessory. And a box. And a painting. Fitting for an artist. And we toss this aside. So let's go look at the compact. Bottom of the compact, we have an art studio clearly. So what we have down here is we have a painting palette and brushes. We have paints, or this may actually be glazes, because this is a pottery wheel, and I've done pottery. So one of the things you get with a pottery wheel is buckets to glaze your works in, and they come in buckets, whereas paints would come in bottles or tubes or something like that. So this is, I think, glazing buckets. You take your finished piece and you take tongs and you dip them into the glaze. So what we have is this, and this spins around. It would be nice if there was a gear that spun it for us, but since it's completely symmetrical, you can't really see any effect of the spin, but it does do that. It does spin. And then we have this little tab here, which I'm assuming the chair goes on, but I don't know if that's to be true. Let's see. Will the chair go on there? The chair is definitely not designed to fit in there. It could just be the kick wheel. I mean, it's not functional, but it could be the part of the kick wheel, but I mean, that's not quite how pottery wheels work. Anyway, the chair can sit next to it if not on it. And let's look upstairs. So in the upper part, which, sits at a 90-degree angle, we have an easel, of course, and we have buckets and paintbrushes, and I think that it might even be, there's a little one here that has like gradations on it that's probably a ruler. So it's basically generic art supplies. And of course we have a sticker in the back of a window. The art studio has a window, and then some artworks on the wall. And well, we definitely have a door that we can open. Let's see what's in here. So what's in here is a sticker. There's nothing else in there. There's a sticker, and inside are bottles of paint and other paint supplies. And that's the basic function of this locket, of this, I guess this is one of the lockets. I'm going to put the ring on here now. And now we'll look at the figures. So Polly is a polystick character, so she can stick on the floor and stay and wiggle around. Ooh, yeah. And so she can perform her art duties down here. We have the painting, of course, which is meant to sit on the easel. We have the box, which has nothing in it, but it can close. closing it, and it clasps closed, and it's perfectly made to fit in the art supply closet, so we can close that. And then, of course, the chair, which, as we've already established, will not fit on in front of the potter's wheel, but that's okay. I wonder if she can even sit in this chair. I have seen somewhere online that she won't fit in the chair to sit. Let me see. Oh, she fits okay. Yeah, she fits fine. All right, let's put this one away. We can lay Polly here. We can lay the chair here. One of the things about these sets is sometimes it's not easy to close them with all the equipment inside. Yeah. So there's going to be a configuration, I'm sure, that will let me close this. But I'm not sure what it is yet. So maybe that's it there. No, that's not it. The easel, the pottery wheel gets in the way of the painting. There we go. Oh, I don't know if there's a way to close it. So we'll just leave that for the moment. And we'll put it next to this one. See, they are the same size. That's the smaller set. And this one, I think, is what this one's going to be like. All right, we'll open this one. This is the snow set. Again, I always have a fondness for snow sets. I'm a Canadian. I really don't like winter. I don't like being out in winter, but I do like being inside looking out at winter, because winter's beautiful to look at, but not to be in. So we have a blue keychain tape. Polly, in this case, is wearing a snowsuit. And there's got some very nice details on there. Just basically racing stripes, I think. Let me check what she's wearing here. I never thought to check. In this one, she's wearing some sort of painting on her chest. So we have Polly. We have the locket, which is definitely of the same set as this one. With the throw that away. So here we have the snow scene. At the bottom, we have a sliding sled. I'm assuming Polly can fit in the sled, and she does. And so she can slide on the sled back and forth. And there's a little snow bunny here. The snow bunny does not come off. I'm a bit surprised. Sometimes these little creatures will come off and there's a small peg to fit it on. Let's see. The snowmobile, however, does come out of the top. Similarly to this one, which is the Beekeeper, the beehive, the Beekeeper set, the beehive comes off the top and can sit on the pegs down here. And this, I believe, with two pegs can sit down here as well. So these are designed to fit on these two pegs on the side, over here or over here. And they will fit perfectly fine on these. And of course, you could take it out and put it aside. Then I believe, just like the other one, this middle section folds down and can form a cap over the scene. And it's beautifully translucent blue to evoke the icy, snowy, cold environment. And Polly, I believe, can fit also in the snowmobile, or what we call, in some TV shows now they call them snow machines. When I was growing up, we called them skidoos, which was a generic word, kind of like fridge. It's a generic word for a brand, but it became known. But now I think the more common use in places like Canada, where I'm from, is snow machine. We just call them snowmobiles. Anyway, that is this one. I'm going to put her back. See if she... this definitely fits in place, so there's no worries about this one. We know that fits. Yeah, but will Polly fit and close? Let's place her here and see if we can close the set. Hey, it closes. And let's pop the keychain on. Okay, that is my two new Polly Pockets. One from the series of the smaller compacts and one of the slightly larger compacts. That's it for me. Hopefully I'll do more in the future. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.